This is the solution video for question 14 from paper 1 of the 2019 TMUA or CTMUA exam. In this question, we're asked to consider the following pair of simultaneous equations. These are sine 2x plus root 3 cos 2x is equal to minus 1, and root 3 sine 2x minus cos 2x is equal to root 3, where x is between 0 and 360 degrees. And given these equations, we're asked to find the sum of the possible values of x. We are given 6 possible values for this sum, which range from 210 degrees all the way up to 930 degrees. Where do we start here? Well, we've got a pair of simultaneous equations, so let's not worry about the trigonometry for now and solve these as a pair of simultaneous equations with variables sine 2x and cos 2x. So let's label these equations so they're easy to reference. And firstly, we're going to rearrange 1 to get sine 2x on its own, but we could have equally rearranged 2 to get cos 2x on its own. It really doesn't matter. But rearranging 1, we obtain sine 2x is equal to minus 1 minus root 3 cos 2x. And then let's substitute that into 2, as you'd expect to do so. And we obtain root 3 minus 1 minus root 3 cos 2x minus cos 2x is equal to root 3. So we've got root 3 times root 3, so 3 minus 3 cos 2x minus cos 2x. So we get minus 4 cos 2x on here, and let's add root 3 to get this to the other side. To obtain minus 4 cos 2x is 2 root 3. Divide both sides through by minus 4, and we have cos 2x is equal to minus root 3 over 2. So now we need to work out what sine 2x is. So sine 2x is minus 1 minus root 3 cos 2x. So minus root 3 times minus root 3 over 2. Minus minus is a plus. Root 3 squared is 3. So minus 1 plus 3 over 2. So we get sine 2x is equal to a half. So now we know for 1 and 2 to both hold, this needs to hold. Cos 2x has to equal minus 3 over root 3 over 2, and sine 2x has to equal a half. So now we simply have to find the x, which makes both of these equations hold. So how do we do that? Well, a graph will be very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to plot the graph of y equals cos theta and y equals sine theta, which seems pretty logical, but we're going to do it between 0 and 720. Now, why is that? Well, we want to look at the points where cos 2x is minus root 3 over 2. But x is between 0 and 360. Well, that corresponds to 2x being between 0 and 720. So to make sure we don't miss solutions and we have all our information, we need to plot these graphs between 0 and 720. So let's plot them. So we'll have some axes. And we know y equals cos theta looks something like this. Y equals sine theta looks like this. Between 0 and 720, 0 and 720. And we care about their intersections with minus root 3 over 2 and a half respectively. So let's draw those lines on. So now the question is, where does cos theta intersect minus root 3 over 2? Well, we know that cos of 60 is... cos of 30 is root 3 over 2, which would imply that cos of 150 is minus root 3 over 2. So we know 150 is this point, and then by the symmetry, we know 210 will be a point as well. And then we know we have a periodicity of 360 degrees, so after every 360 degrees the graph repeats. So if 150 is a point, 510 will be a point, and 570 will be a point, because it's 150 plus 360, 210 plus 360. Now, for this one, firstly we know sine of 30 is a half, so that's a nice easy one to put on. And then 30 by the symmetry of the graph here, we see 150 will be a point, and then the same recursion argument. So 30 means 360 plus 30 will be 1, so 390. And similarly 150 plus 360 is 510. And so we have all the points of intersection on the x-axis here. Now, we need both of these equations to be true, so we want points which correspond to where we have an intersection on this graph and this graph. And we know that 150 is common to both, and 510 is common to both. So these are the points we care about. So we know when theta is 150, cos 150 is minus root 3 over 2, and sine 150 is a half. So they're the theta we want, and the corresponding x is half of that theta, right? So if 2x is 150, x is 75. And similarly, we know 2x equals 510 works, so x is 255. So we just need to add those together for our answer. So 75 plus 255, which is 330. And from this, we know our answer is B, because it matches B here. So we have our result.